Hi, we're at Wizard Life, and this is another episode. I hope you join us, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, listen to all the Wizard's wisdom. So, with the topic today, Wizard, first of all, good to see you.
Good to see you too. Thank you.
Thank you. So, Wizard, what topic should we talk about in this next episode? What do you think is important to people?
What would you like to talk about?
Why don't we talk about religion? What is religion to a wizard?
Well, for my very good Christian friends, and I have many, many of them, actually, a lot of Christians don't like me.
And that is because?
Well, there are multiple reasons. I've actually been kicked out of 2 churches, asked to leave another one, and I was kicked out of a church, a third one, before I even attended once.
Your reputation precedes you.
I guess so, right.
So, when you're a wizard, and if you watched episode 1, the wizard is always right. That's the number 1 rule. So assume that that's the case because he's thought things through, and we probably have not, because he's a wizard. So, what is your thoughts on religion? How can you help our viewers?
Well, do we want to make our viewers feel good, or do we want them to like me, or do we want them to fall in love with me?
Kind of like dating. Let's start with the like first and move into love second.
Okay. I think Christians are just the most amazing people on the planet. Like they just I don't know. They're so caring, and they know so much about things. It's like Christians are the most amazing. They're so, like, they do so much good in the world. They've always done good, and they have so much knowledge and wisdom. Buddhists are just like, wow, like, how cool are Buddhists? Like, that's just really cool. Like you don't really believe that, like, I don't have the answer. I think everybody has the answer. So I think Buddhism, like our Buddhist friends that are observing, like how cool is that?
Very cool.
I mean, that's pretty cool. And our Muslim friends, oh my gracious. Like, I just admire Muslims so much because it's like they're really passionate. I'd have to say, I mean, there's a lot more passion in Muslim than in Christianity. And so a lot more passion, it would seem to me. I mean, you don't see, anyways, we won't go into detail, but it's like Muslim.
Take a little time. Go into some detail.
Well, again, we covered in one of the past episodes where a wizard's not afraid of anything, anyone. That's the thing. Like, one of the rules of the wizard is never, ever kick a wizard out of your group. You know why that rule is true, Lou?
Well, because they have the answers and you wouldn't have the answers.
No, it's because a wizard never is part of a group.
Ah.
Like, if you have a wizard, like if I ever show up at your group, I'm not a part of your group.
Because you're your own group.
Right. I mean, a wizard of one. And so you don't ever kick a wizard out. Like, that just isn't going to serve you well, because the wizard, like, isn't afraid of anything.
Is it the loss of knowledge if a group does kick you out? Like, have you gone to a group?
Oh, groups, yeah. Groups think they control everybody in the group. And if you don't behave just the way you're supposed to behave, that group will kick you out.
Ah.
I mean, that's universal. Like, every religious, I think, every religious organization that there is,
right,
that's common.
Okay.
Like, if you don't go ahead and adhere to what is I? Who's I? Like, you don't know who the I is, but, somebody's the I. If you don't adhere to this, then I kick you out. And so, like, there's this, so like, in Judaism, like, that's cool. Like, when you look at what the Jews have gone through, like, that's insane. Like, they weren't put into slavery. Like, they were trying to be killed. Like, what would you rather be? Would you rather be enslaved or killed? Would you want somebody trying to enslave you or killing you?
Probably enslaving.
I don't know. It would seem like it's a... But they got people, they're not trying to enslave them, they're trying to kill them. How do they have all this success? Like this, like the way they think, like Judaism is just really cool too. And really, I mean, we could go on and on, but we have just a small amount of time. Like every religion is just so cool. It's so amazing.
So do you choose as a wizard any preferred religion? Or does a wizard have a god?
Well,
Let's
let's
take that one at a time.
This is so cool because often, like this is what's strange.
Go ahead, I got you.
Where's my hand? Okay,
We're good.
This is what's strange. Like people often mistake me as a god,
Because you're a wizard.
right? Because they think, okay, he's a god.
The staff, the thing.
I don't know. I mean, did Jesus have a staff? That was Moses, I think.
Yeah, Moses had a staff.
I don't think that Jesus did. I don't.
Water
I could
parting.
be. Yeah, I don't.
Got it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, and so people think that that a wizard's a god. It's like I'm a wizard. I'm not a god. Like hello, like that would be one of the rules. It's like hello, I'm a wizard. I'm not a god.
Got it. So
You know,
there is
or
a
the god.
the god. Let's
Right.
talk about the god. So what
Okay.
does the wizard? Does the wizard pray?
Well, see. What you're saying, are you transitioning now? This is another thing that goes back to women.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, you got to transition.
Transition.
Right, you've got to transition from one to another.
Oh,
At the
so
original,
from
when you,
wizard to God?
no. You had asked about religion. I said, do we
Correct.
want to go ahead and make our listeners like us, or do we want to make them fall in love with us? You
got it.
said like, and so I went about and
Different religions, and you like all of them.
I like them all. So
Okay.
because I like them all, they're
let's-
amazing.
So now that we've gotten that
Uh-huh.
covered, you like all religions because
Right.
you respect their different religions, and
Right, and there's so much amazing things about them.
So let's talk about the love.
Okay, love. So this goes back to women again. Okay, so if you guys out there, okay, I'm just saying, if you want a woman to like you, just tell her what she wants to hear. It's not hard. This is not brain surgery. It is not rocket science. Just tell her what she wants to hear.
And then she'll love you.
No,
She'll hate you.
no,
What will she do?
she will like you.
She'll like you.
Right, because you're
Got it.
telling her exactly what she wants to hear.
How long does life last?
Quite a while. I mean, maybe a whole lifetime.
Wow.
Right.
So now the topic was God.
Religion.
Religion. Now we're going into love and God, or no?
Well, love is, how do you get a woman to love you?
Wizard.
Right. You tell them something they don't want to hear.
Ah. So, like, hey, I'd like to punch you in the face. I'm just guessing they don't want to hear that.
No, it's got to be truthful.
Ah. So what would you say?
Well, if you go to life-gps.org, that's life-gps.org, and which of the four shapes do you tend to like the most? A cube, a pyramid, a wavy line, or ball? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Simple, easy peasy. Okay, then you go to the next one and it says, which of these four things would cause you most frustration? Things being out of control, or I'm sorry, things not being done properly in order, out of control, boring and not fun, or conflict with others.
Slow this down just a little bit. Go ahead. Because you're rolling, and they need to get this, because you're talking about love and women, and I know our audience wants to hear what a wizard has to say. So go back to the 4 quadrants.
Go to cube. Next is pyramid.
We got cube, pyramid.
Wavy line.
I like the wavy line.
Or the ball. Choose which one you like the most and click on that as number 1. Then, once you have that, click on number 2, the one you like second. If you don't like any of them, or you think it's a stupid test, that is another episode we'll have to do. Just humor the wizard. Again, wizard's always right. Just take the test. Then once you do that, then you have done or something there, and then you go to the next test. This will take 17 seconds, unless, of course, you're whatever. Anyways, then you go to, we good? Is that too fast?
No, that was perfect. are you gonna give them a assessment of their assessment?
Yes, I will.
See, that's why I wanted to slow it down. You can talk to the wizard direct after you've taken this test, and he can help you with some of your things. So when you're talking about,
When you say direct, what do you mean by
you
direct?
know, an email or something like that, they'll have some kind of contact with you,
Well,
right?
there will be technology where I will go ahead and take my magical powers and through technology impact them in all areas of their life. So yes, you don't go ahead and talk directly to the wizard.
No, that would be like, remember Wizard of Oz, you can't get behind this.
Right, the
Can't
little
go
man
behind.
behind, yes, no.
Yeah,
I mean, you might have a by invitation only. There is.
you can add a comment in the comments section.
Yes, you can do that. You can like it and share it with all of your friends.
That you can do.
do that. If you have a really hard question that nobody on the planet ever has thought of, or you have no answers, well then you can give. I don't want easy questions though.
Yeah, even if you have an enemy that you don't like, send them this link, and then
Right,
yeah,
for sure. That will
like
help
them, hate them.
right. It's
This
all
is the right-
entertainment.
yeah.
As a reminder again,
This is
nothing
the right-
we're saying is serious, FBI or any religions. Like, don't take it so serious. Chill out. It's entertainment. You know it's entertainment because that's the category it is, and if it's in that category, there's nothing serious. I have to continue to remind people that. Then you
Although the advice can be pretty serious.
Ed, what's your name?
Lou.
Lou. Ed McMahon. I was thinking Ed McGann. No, it's not Ed McGann. It's Lou. Like Lou said, it's serious. You won't hear me saying it's serious. It's like it's not serious.
Never hear him saying it.
No, I mean, anyway, so go to the second test. Which of these 4 things cause you the most frustration? Not being done properly in order.
And those are
The first one is not being done properly in order. Sorry, going too quick again.
the second one,
Out of control,
third one,
boring or not fun,
and the fourth one.
conflict with others. Between those 2 tests,
Let's
there's
go
60.
through those for one more time.
Not being done properly in order,
Got it?
out of control,
Mm,
boring or not fun,
that's a bad one.
or conflict with others.
Mm. You might pick all 4.
If you're an inner quadrant chameleon personality, that is true.
Okay.
So you're the one that would think that this is stupid, or you say, I don't know, I'm all everything. If you're everything, well then you're a chameleon personality, and that's something different. So once you choose those, there's 65,536 possible combinations between those 2 tests.
Which is why we talked to the wizard on those.
Right,
Right.
right, absolutely. Then, depending on who invites you in, so if you're invited in by the wizard, then you go to the wizard channel, and in the wizard channel, then you get direct access through the wizard channel, and the wizard will tell you something about your unique personality. And there's 2 videos, and then you can choose primary, secondary. So this was going back into love, and so when we look at love, what causes one personality pain will cause another personality pleasure. We tend to like people who are like ourselves, and we tend to fall in love with people who are opposite.
That was deep. Okay. Does that conclude this episode, or is there something more?
Well, yes. No, this concludes it. We're not going to share with you, we're not going to tick somebody off religion-wise. Like, that wouldn't be safe for you. Like, the wizard's not afraid of being shot or killed or anything like that. The wizard's not. But I am concerned about my wit. I don't want you to go ahead and, have something befall you that's not good. So we will tread lightly, because I have found with most religions, they don't have a very strong sense of humor. And so they don't like people joking about, some of the things that might be peculiar, and they don't like hard questions either. Like, they do not like hard questions, and so that's why if you've been raised in some religion and you ask hard questions, typically they kick you out of that religion because you've been raised in it and you know the questions and the incongruencies that seem to be present in most religions, it seems.
Does that conclude this episode?
It does conclude this episode.
Make sure that you click the button that says you subscribe. Hit the bell so you can see all the Wizard Life episodes.